It is NFL Wildcard Weekend, folks. Keaton Talk Sports here as I break down every game in Wildcard Weekend here. So, with that being said, let's not waste any more time. This is my NFL Wildcard predictions. Last week went a solid 13-3 to close out the NFL regular season. Been on an absolute tear in the last 12 weeks of the season. Season 183 and 88. We have a very intriguing 5 versus 4 matchup between the Los Angeles Chargers at the Houston Texans. Chargers favored by 3 points with an over-under of 43.5. The Chargers are coming off of a comfortable win on the road at the Las Vegas Raiders 34-20. The Texans are coming off of a divisional win on the road at the Tennessee Titans 23-14. With that being said, give me the Chargers to escape here on the road here at the Texans 23-20. I just simply believe the reason why I have the Chargers win this game is because I believe they're a more physical team. I believe they're playing the best football than the Houston Texans right now. I don't like the way the Texans have been playing so far this season. I think C.J. Stroud, he is a good quarterback, but I think he took a little bit of a step back, in my opinion, with his play. And the Texans' offensive line scares me in this game. I mean, the Chargers' defense, I believe, is going to get after that Texans' offense. And with the playoffs being here, I believe the Chargers are built for this moment, especially on the defensive side of the ball. Keeping the game low scoring, ugly. If the Chargers can find a way to minimize C.J. Stroud, and I believe it's going to be a tough game for the Texans, but I do believe the Chargers will escape here. It won't be easy because this game is in Houston in a hostile environment, but I believe Justin Herbert will rise to the occasion and make more plays than C.J. Stroud in this game. So give me the Chargers to win on the road here 23-20 in Houston. Really good AFC North battle between the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens favored by 9.5 with an over-under of 45.5. The Steelers are coming off of a home loss to the Cincinnati Bengals, 19-17, a low-scoring, ugly game. The Ravens are coming off of a beatdown home win against the Cleveland Browns, 35-10. This is the third matchup between two teams. Last matchup was obviously in Baltimore, where the Ravens just handled the Steelers in comfortable fashion, 34-17. I believe this game is going to be a lot closer than people think, even though the Steelers got off to that 10-3 start and they lost their last 4 games to close out the regular season. That's not really a good way to go into the playoffs because they're not playing with any sort of momentum. The Ravens are obviously playing with a lot of momentum right now. I believe they are the better team than the Steelers right now, as I'm currently speaking, even though the Steelers have had this Ravens number in the regular season. But with that being said, I'm still going to go with the Baltimore Ravens to win this game 24-17. I do like the Pittsburgh Steelers to cover that 9.5 spread. Like I said, I believe this game will be a lot closer than the last matchup. It's the playoffs. Anything can happen. But I just don't like the way the Steelers have been playing the last 4 weeks. I mean, you start off 10-3. You had a chance to close out the division and stuff like that. And they just did not take advantage of their opportunities when they had their opportunities. Mike Tomlin's a coach that just doesn't care about winning championships anymore. If you're a Steelers fan, man, how do you feel about that, to be honest? Mike Tomlin, in my opinion, doesn't care about winning championships. You know, he only cares about winning 9-10 games, and that's the standard for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it has been that standard for the past couple of seasons. That's just not going to get done in this AFC and this generation of the NFL. Lamar Jackson, I believe, he has had his struggles against the Steelers team, but if Derrick Henry can find a way to be efficient in the run game, and if Lamar Jackson can just keep down his turnovers, the Ravens are going to win this game. And the Steelers' defense hasn't really been all that good the past few weeks. I mean, T.J. Watt hasn't really been able to get to the quarterback like he was at the beginning of the season. And then you got a situation where Russell Wilson, on his end, hasn't been good either. So if Russell Wilson doesn't have a good game on his side, I don't see a way the Steelers are going to come out on top here. Now, it's a divisional matchup. They can win this game, but I believe the Ravens are playing the best of football right now. So give me the Baltimore Ravens to win by a touchdown, 24-17 in Baltimore. Another interesting matchup between the Denver Broncos at the Buffalo Bills. Bills favored by 9 points with an over-under of 47.5. The Broncos are coming off a very comfortable, dominating home win against Kansas City Chiefs 38-0, a game where they had to win to keep themselves in the playoff conversation, which they got it done. The Buffalo Bills are coming off a road loss at the New England Patriots, 23-16, a game that didn't matter for the Buffalo Bills because they already clinched the number 2 seed as I'm currently speaking. But with that being said, you have a matchup between Josh Allen, an experienced quarterback who has been in this moment in the playoffs, but still hasn't been able to figure out or crack the code to get to the Super Bowl, or at least the AFC Championship in that matter. And you have a rookie quarterback in Bo Nix. This is his first rodeo with a solid defense on their side in Denver. But with that being said, I like the Buffalo Bills to come out on top here, 27-21. I do like the Broncos to cover that 9-point spread. I believe the Broncos defense is one of the best in football. I believe they can get Josh Allen some issues early in the game, but I just believe the Buffalo Bills all around are just a better team. I believe once it comes to the second half, I think Josh Allen will be more comfortable throwing the football and being able to find some holes on that Broncos defense to be able to pick them apart. And if they can get the run game going and just be efficient on that side of the ball, I don't see a way the Broncos are going to be able to make enough plays to stop Josh Allen, this high-powered Buffalo Bills offense. And I just think the Bills have more experience. This is Bo Nix's first go-around in the playoffs. He's going to get a good taste of it this weekend. I think the Buffalo Bills, they've been one of the best teams all season long. And, I just think they're going to show it this weekend. And they're going to find a way to get it done. 27-21 in Buffalo. Next matchup, we have the Green Bay Packers at the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles favored by 5.5 with an over-under of 45.5. This is a rematch of Week 1 of the regular season where the Eagles came out on top in the first matchup, 34-29, a very high-scoring game there. The Packers are coming off of a home loss to Chicago Bears to close out the regular season, 24-22. The Eagles are coming off of a home win against the New York Giants, 20-13 there. But with that being said, I like the Eagles to come out on top here, 30-17. You have a situation where the Packers are dealing with a bunch of injuries on their side. Losing Christian Watson for the season with a torn ACL is a big blow to that Packers offense. The Eagles, Jalen Hurts is back at practice. He's playing. He's expected to play against the Packers, which is good for the Eagles there. And I just believe this is a mismatch, in my opinion, for the Packers. I don't think they match up well with the Eagles. Like I said, back in Week 1 when they were healthy, they gave the Eagles a game. But with all the injuries that they're dealing with and the way they're playing, I just don't like the momentum that the Packers are playing with right now. The Eagles are getting healthier with Jalen Hurts being back at practice. Like I said, solid defense. And this game's in Philadelphia too. I'm not saying that means anything, but the Packers going on the road to a hostile environment with all the injuries that they're dealing with, I just think it's going to be too much for Packers to overcome. And I think the Eagles will find a way to win this game pretty comfortably at the end. I believe it will be a close game early on. I think the Eagles will open it up in the second half and stuff like that. So give me the Eagles, who I believe are just a better team than the Packers right now, 30-17 in Philly. Really good game here between the Washington Commanders at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Bucks favored by 3.5 with an over-under of 50.5. The Commanders are coming off of a road victory at the Dallas Cowboys to close out the regular season, 23-19. The Bucks are coming off of a home divisional win against the New Orleans Saints, 27-19. With that being said, give me the Washington Commanders, and this is my upset pick of Wild Card Weekend, 30-27. I just believe the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, will have a huge game, in my opinion. I believe Baker Mayfield will also have a huge game on his side of the ball. You have a situation where Buccaneers have a whole bunch of weapons on their side, and I believe the Commanders have a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball as well. I believe both these teams match up well with one another. But if you were to ask me which quarterback will make more plays, you would say Baker Mayfield because he has more experience. But something just tells me I just think Jaden Daniels is going to make that one big play, that one big throw that's going to put the Commanders somewhat in field goal range to get them the victory here. I believe this will come down to a field goal, in my opinion, to win the game. And I believe the Commanders will be that team that will have an opportunity to upset the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at their place. So give me the Commanders to come out on top here on Wild Card Weekend, 30-27 in a high-scoring affair. Last game to close out Wild Card Weekend, we have the Minnesota Vikings at the Los Angeles Rams. Vikings favored by 2.5 with an over-under of 47.5. The Vikings are coming off of a beatdown loss at the Detroit Lions 31-9. The Rams are coming off of a home loss to the Seattle Seahawks 30-25. With that being said, these two teams met up early in the season where the Rams upset the Minnesota Vikings at home. I believe the score was 30-20, if I'm not mistaken. But it really comes down to this. You have a situation where you have Matthew Stafford, who's a veteran quarterback, who has all the experience in the world, going up against Sam Darnold, who has played some really solid football for the Minnesota Vikings this season. But when it comes down to the biggest moments, the biggest games, which quarterback is going to come out on top? Which quarterback is going to increase their play? And which quarterback is going to crack under the pressure in this matchup? That's what it's going to come down to, in my opinion, because I believe the Vikings have a solid defense. The Rams have had their moments defensively. They're not the best on defense, but their offense is solid. So that's going to come down to which team can make more plays in this game. Which quarterback, I believe, is going to come down to the quarterbacks. Which quarterback is going to make more plays in this game? And with that being said, I'm going with the Rams to upset the Minnesota Vikings, who's had a tremendous season, 27-24. I just simply believe I'm just going to put my trust in Matthew Stafford in this matchup. I don't trust Sam Darnold whatsoever to come out on top in the biggest moments. I think last week really said it all against the Detroit Lions, I believe. I know the Lions are a juggernaut of a team. They're clearly the best team in football, but I really thought the Minnesota Vikings can give the Lions a chance to get the number one seed. And the Vikings, they just didn't show up the entire game, and that caused concern, in my opinion, for me going into this game. So I believe the Rams, I'm just going to trust their offense, and I'm going to trust Matthew Stafford to make more plays than Sam Darnold in this game. So give me the Rams in a nail-biter, 27-24 in LA. And that wraps up for this video. If you guys continue to like my content, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe. It really helps out the channel tremendously. We are currently 23 subscribers away from 700. Without you guys, this wouldn't be possible. So thank you again for tuning in to another edition of Keaton Talk Sports. And also thank you guys for tuning in to this channel throughout the NFL regular season. It's been a blast getting these videos out for you guys each and every single week. So let's enjoy postseason play, and I will see you guys in the divisional round. Peace.